A6 looks like kind of an upside down U. So we label, we're going to have one top view. Okay. We're going to have 3 front views. And we're going to just have one side view. Okay. What that dotted line in our side view tells us is that the thicknesses are different on one side of the line and the other. So we're looking at it from the side here. Towards the front of the object, it's this thick. Towards the back of the object, it's that thick. That's why there's that dotted line there. All right. Now our measurements. Okay. So who can tell me what's the height of this object? How tall is it? Okay, so the height of this object is 3/4. Height top to bottom is 3/4. The width of this object, so from the left edge to the right edge, would be 9/4, which is the same as 2 1/4. Lastly, the length from the front to the back would be 6/4, which is the same as 1 1/2. So now we have our measurements, we can draw the boundary box. So the boundary box is going to be 3 high, 9 wide, and 6 long. So 3 high. So that's 3 high, 9 wide, now 6 long. So that's the boundary box you should have. 3 high, 9 wide, 6 long. I'll give you guys a minute to catch up. Okay, so we'll figure out this point. So now when we have our boundary box, we have to figure out how to fill it in. Okay. Now, the front view has the most number of sections. The front view has 3 sections. So we're gonna save that for the end. Our side and top view, they each have just 1 section. And in actuality, our side view is already done. Our side view is just a rectangle that's 3/4 high by 6/4 long. And that's exactly what our boundary box is. So side view is done. Okay. Now, for the top section, so I'm going to take it edge by edge. So let's take a look. The left edge is 6/4 long. That's what our boundary box is. So that's not going to change. Our back edge is 9/4 wide, and that's exactly what our boundary box is. Our right edge is 6/4 long. Again, that's what our boundary box is. That's not going to change. It's the front edge that's going to change. So along the front edge, on the left side, it's 3/4. On the right side, it's 3/4. I need to find these 2 corners. Okay, so we're 3/4 in from the left, so 1, 2, 3. 3/4 in from the right, 1, 2, 3. Those are those corners. Okay. Now, the inside corners. Okay, so those inside corners, they're each 3/4 of an inch lengthwise in. So I need to find those 2 corners, 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll connect them with a line. Okay, so our top section right here, okay, which means that we don't need that line. So that line is going to go away. Okay, so I'm going to erase that. Okay. Now we have our front view to do. Okay, so let's figure out which one of these faces sticks all the way out. So I can see I can see the one on the left. Okay, that face corresponds with this edge, and that's sticking all the way out towards our front view. The one on the right, this face, corresponds to that edge. Okay, and that's also sticking out towards our front view. This middle section, though, that corresponds to this edge. That's pushed back, that's pushed in. Okay, so I'm going to do my left and right sections first, and then I'm going to do my middle section. So the left section is 3/4 wide, 3/4 high. Okay, so from the left edge, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It's going to be right here. Okay. Now my right section. So that is also 3/4 wide, 3/4 high. Okay. So from the right edge, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and straight up 1, 2, 3. It's going to be right there. Okay. So Now we've already established that that middle section's pushed in. Okay. So that means I don't need that line right there. That line is going to go away. So I'm going to erase that. Okay. Okay. Now I can tackle my middle section. Okay. And I already have the top edge of that section drawn. You can see it right here again. Okay. That section is already drawn. That edge is already drawn. So the upper edge is already drawn. We just need to find, okay, it's 3/4 high. Okay. So from this corner, I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, and going to connect that with a line. Okay. And this is all we'll be able to see of that front face, because the way we're looking at it in 3D, a little bit is obscured. Now there is one more line that we have to draw, okay? And it's because of the angle that we're looking at, okay? So Ian, don't play around with your video. So the last line we have to draw is going to be right here, okay? Because we'd be able to see the inside edge of that missing notch. Okay. So this is what drawing A-6 should look like. Now, your homework for Monday is to draw exercise 8.